But yeah. So I think it's learning how to do a good K Rool is worth learning long term. I do not have the best K Rool. I'm not really that good at K Rool. So if you wanna see like a really good K Rool by the world record holder for K Rool, the Ballum96, I will link his world record video and his sort of advanced strats tutorial about K Rool if you're interested in the description. So yeah, just kick in here and you're in K Rool. All right, K Rool. There's a lot of components that go into getting a good K Rool fight, since there's so many different phases with different strats. So I'm gonna try my best to explain how to do the basic strats. I'm not gonna go over like any advanced strats. If you want to know how to get a better K Rool fight and learn some of the more advanced strats and the movement and stuff, I'm going to link two things, both of which are by the Ballum96. I'm going to link the current fastest K Rool time recorded, which is 12 minutes and 12 seconds. That's on N64, by the way. And I'm also going to link the K Rool Advanced Strats tutorial. So yeah, if you'd like to learn more about K Rool, please check those out. But I'm just going to cover the more basic stuff. So if you'll see me do any lag reduction stuff, like turning my camera away from K Rool, looking at the floor or ceiling in first-person mode, if you're on Virtual Console, you don't need to do that because there's not a lot of lag that you can reduce, so it won't really save time. But on N64, I recommend that you do at least some. Alright, so here comes DK Phase. Pretty easy. I just want to explain one little thing about it really quick. Alright, so a whole bunch of how you damage K Rool in this phase is that a whole bunch of the barrels are going to show up on the top of the little pillars, I guess, on the side of the arena. And so what you do is you just sort of get in the little cannons and then you fire yourself at him. And so after a certain amount of punches, you got to count the punches he does when you're in the barrels. And then after the certain amount of punches that I've posted under where my controller cam is, that's when you'd fire. So one thing I do want to say about this first phase is that there's a little cutscene that plays when all the barrels spawn in, and so you can get into the first barrel before, like while the cutscene is happening, and save some time. It saves around 4 seconds. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So first, K Rool is going to ground pound 3 times, and so yeah, just so on the third one, you want to make sure that you're at the top of the pole, and then when you see his third green shockwave show up on screen, then you want to hold up. So when it gets near your pillar and it shows up on screen, you want to hold up, and then you should, if you did it correctly, you should get in the first barrel during the cutscene. And so when you get in the first barrel during the cutscene, you can just, as soon as you gain control after the cutscene, you can just fire, and then he'll get damaged. But if you miss it, it's no big deal. Just get in the barrel and wait until he punches 4 times, and then you're fine. Alright, so here, on N64, what you do is press R and then turn your camera so it faces away from K Rool and get to the top. And just wait for the third one. There's the second. Here comes the third. Alright. So now, as soon as we gain control, since I got it, I can just damage him. Also, make sure you're turning your camera away for K Rool as you're going towards the next barrel. You want to go towards the green one next, and then count 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, the lag reduction strats you don't have to apply to VC if you don't want to do them. Here we're gonna count 3, 1, 2, 3. And so remember to jump over his shockwave, just to sort of get a feel for when it's, when it's coming. And then here we're gonna count 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got it. Alright, so that's a pretty easy phase once you know what you're doing. Yeah. But next phase, it does require some explanation. It is one of the harder phases of K Rool, but it's definitely something that you can accomplish. So it's Diddy Phase. A lot of people who play this casually know that Diddy Phase is probably the hardest one. But it's not that bad once you just practice it, and I'm going to try my best to explain how you do some strats. So there are 2 parts that go into getting a good Diddy Phase. One is getting into the rocket barrel early, as soon as possible, and 2 is setting up so you can get the most optimal light shots, so you can shoot down the lights and they'll land on K Rool. So the first one I want to go over, it's going to happen right now, so I don't want to have to explain it while I'm going because it moves kind of fast. So, like with the barrels in DK Phase, the rocket barrel, there's going to be a little cutscene that shows where the rocket barrel is. And so the fastest way to get into it is to backflip into the rocket barrel before the cutscene happens, so you land in it during the cutscene. And how you do that, I'll go through it. And so how you set it up. So first, you're just sort of going to want to walk around Rool, so you're facing him. And then he's going to start throwing his boomerang boxing gloves at you. So after, when he starts throwing the first boomerang glove, you want to jump into him and intentionally take damage and hopefully get knocked back, like directly away from him. And so that time you can set up where you want to backflip. And so where you want to backflip is, if you're looking at the image of Rool on the bottom of the arena, like on the floor, where the rocket barrel is going to spawn is right above the Rool's smallest eye, the image of Rool's smallest eye. So yeah, so after when the first one starts, you want to jump into him, intentionally take damage, start setting up, and then when the second one sort of passes you, he's going to throw 2 of his boomerang boxing gloves. When the second one sort of gets past you and it starts going back to his arm, that's when you want to backflip. So I'm going to try to do that right now. It's okay if you miss it, just make sure you get into the rocket barrel somehow. Oh, he knocked me in a bad direction. But yeah, and so backflip it like that, and you should make it in. Alright, so for this first one, just hold A and then keep mashing B so you can hit these, hit the sides of the targets. So here's how you set up for a good fast light. Well, it's not called a fast light, I'm sorry. That's what I keep calling it, even though it's really not called that. This is just the fastest strat that you do to hit the targets on the lights as fast as you can. So there's a little space in between the lights if you're far enough in where you can shoot the target on the other side. And so what you do is you go in sort of like the corner of the light, and so you can position yourself so you can hit the target on the backside and the target on the front side by sort of spraying around with your bullets, with your peanuts. And so how you do that, a good way to position yourself, so in this game, for Rocket Barrel, you can hold the Z button, or the Z button, depending on where you're from. You can hold the Z button, and it'll sort of keep you hovering, and so you don't have to like tap A or anything, you can just hold Z and it'll keep you hovering. So you kind of want to hover right in the corner, and then sort of spray around when the targets show up, and so I'm going to try to do that now. If you don't make it, it's fine, just make sure you just hit them somehow. So like this, kind of want to set it up like this, and then gently spray it around, and then that's what should happen. Okay, oh my god, alright. So what happened there, that is not supposed to happen. That is called a fast light. So I'm not really sure why that happens, but Rool walks over during the cutscene. So that is something that can happen. It doesn't usually happen, it does save time, but it's very hard to get. I've heard from Balam that it's harder than frame perfect, so I really do not know what causes it. If you'd like to know more about that, please talk to someone who knows more about Rool. But just be prepared that that can happen. So that, it is good, it is faster, but it gives you less time to set up your fast strat for the targets. So yeah, just keep in mind that that's something that can happen. So actually got it there, which is pretty cool. So yeah. So you didn't see how he didn't walk in the cutscene? Yeah, alright, I'm just gonna try to set it up here again. I'm not quite far enough in, I don't think. Nope, I was. So yeah, those are the strats that you would do for Diddy Phase. They are pretty hard. This is the phase, I would say, of Rool that takes the most practice. So just sort of understanding the rocket barrel controls and, like, you know, what inputs you want to do to position yourself well, and yeah, just what to do is definitely takes practice, but it's something you can do for sure. Anyways, here's Lanky Phase. So this is it's not as hard, but you know, learning how to do the strats for it, I would say, are worth learning. So Rool is on a cycle. He'll move in like certain places in the arena, and so yeah, you wanna set it up so that I'm gonna show you the fastest strats so you can hit him as soon as you can in the fastest ways possible. So yeah. All right, so here the first got the first button that you're gonna hit to spawn the banana. So just make sure you set it up so you're like right completely parallel with where the button is gonna spawn. So you can set it up with first person mode. Once you hit the button and once you pick it up, there's going to be a little cutscene here spawning the music pads. And you're just going to throw it sort of like upright, like that, right in front of the pad that's like in front of the yellow. You're not supposed to get hit there, but it's okay if you do. So health is not like a super important factor in this. Yeah, alright, so now we're going to go towards the blue side, and then we are also going to throw the banana towards the blue side here. So you never want it to be like fully on the pad, you always want it to be in front of the pad. So never throw the banana on the pad, because then you'll get damaged. Alright, so for this next one, we're going to throw it towards the blue again, keeping track of where K. Rool is. So then just play as soon as you get there, once it's in the middle of the arena, and then he should go right towards it. Alright, so for this next one, we're just going to throw it. We're going to go over to the second button, the one with the number 2 on it, and then just throw it towards the middle. Oh, dang it, come on. Ooh, that's really bad. Okay, that's not supposed to happen. But I guess just wait until K. Rool gets to that part of the arena, and then you can just play. Like that. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I can't really demonstrate that again. About, like, where the most optimal places are to hit him. But yeah, just take note of the advanced strats tutorial, which I will link, as well as the example K. Rool. So, yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't have demonstrated that better for the last phase. I apologize. Alright, anyways, we're going to watch a long cutscene here, and so, while this cutscene's happening, I'm going to pull up some text I've made. Quick. Alright, so, you only really need to pay attention to this if you're on N64. So this is just lag reduction. Tiny Phase involves going inside of K. Rool's toes, and you have to hit all 4 of his toes, going in as a mini monkey. So the fastest way to hit him is with oranges. So yeah, that's why you'd like to have at least 10 oranges, because you need 10 oranges, because yeah, there's a total of 10 times that you have to hit his toes. So yeah, so the patterns I have here on N64, being in his shoe causes a lot of lag. So what you want to do is while you avoid his toes, you want to be looking down at the ground. So yeah, these toe patterns are going to tell you he has 4 toes. So these toe patterns are going to tell you where to stand to look down so you don't get hit. So this definitely takes practice. If you're not comfortable. If you're not comfortable with these strats and you keep on getting damaged, then you do not have to do them. You really don't. So as long you don't have to do them, like, until you feel comfortable with them. But they do save a good chunk of time. When done optimally, they save around 30 seconds on N64. So I'm gonna try to demonstrate how to do that. Yeah, but the first thing, you kind of want to do a similar thing to DK Phase first if you're on N64. Just sort of hop up here, and then you can, if you land on the top, then you can sort of look up. Look up at the sky and reduce some lag. Alright, so on this first phase, he's going to pound 4 times. So if you can hear him pounding in the background, that was his 3rd. Yeah, we can just go back here, and then that was his 4th, and then we can just get in the barrel. There are some strats that you can do to get in the barrel really fast. I'm not going to go over them in this tutorial. But yeah, look at them in the advanced strats tutorial. Okay, anyway, so you see the first one right here, you want to go to the second toe, the first toe, the second toe for two times he puts his toes out, and then the first toe. So also, it's important to be noted that you want to put away your gun, because you're gonna hit him with oranges, and also the sniper scope that you have is gonna create even more lag and basically cancel it out. So as soon as you get in there, put away your gun. Just put away your gun. All right. So remember, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1 for the first. 2. Oh shoot, I've been hit. 2, 2. Really? Okay, that was bad. I'm sorry, don't pay. Jesus Christ. Sorry about that. Alright, so now he's available. Hopefully I'll be able to demonstrate it better on the second phase. So just get in the barrel, whatever. You can backflip, you can ponytail twirl, you can do anything. And so you have to hit his toes twice here. So remember 2, 1, 2, 2, 1. And then throw it towards the second one, and then it's going to go 2, 3, 3, 2, 2. So each of the numbers again represent the number of toes, like the number of toes in order that you want to stand on. So just remember to go on the pole and then look up until he's available to be hit. Again, there are faster ways to get into the barrels, but yeah, I'll talk about that. Let's look at the tutorial for that. So for this one, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, third toe, fourth toe, then throw the orange. Alright then. Second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fourth toe, and then we'll stay on the fourth toe, third toe, fourth toe, third toe, fourth toe. So yeah, and the oranges are faster to hit. Again, the oranges are faster to hit his shoes, so that's why we're not using the gun. Also, the gun is really laggy. So where he goes on this last phase, after the last pound is completely random, unfortunately. So sometimes he's in a good spot that's close to you, and sometimes he's in a bad spot. So again, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. And then take it back on over to 2. So it's going to go 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Staying at 4, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. The one last is 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Okay, so we're done with Tiny Phase. Yeah, learning how to do those strats can be very beneficial if you're on Nintendo 64. You don't have to do them on VC, but one thing you should do on VC is you can use the using an orange for the last hit after each phase is optimal, faster than using a gun. But that's the only thing you really have to keep in mind. You don't have to do lag reduction on VC. Okay, so I need to pull up some stuff about Chunky Phase real quick. So yeah, as soon as I gain control here, I'm going to pause. Because the real thing with Chunky Phase is just knowing when to punch after you've gotten in the hunky chunky barrel. So okay, so this is basically when you want to punch. So for a reference, we're gonna use the same Rool image on the floor of the arena that we used in DK Phase, Diddy Phase. So yeah, when Rool gets to certain spots as he's moving towards you, in relative to the Rool image on the floor, is when you're gonna punch. All right. So for now, I'm just only gonna cover a basic understanding of Chunky Phase. So yeah, just hit the switch and then get to whichever primary punch pad is, or Gorilla Gon pad rather, is closer to you. And then just backflip in. Alright, one thing you can do here on N64 is look down and reduce lag. Oh wait, I need to explain where to jump here, or to punch. So right after he passes the Rool image's eyes is when you want to punch. Like right here. And yeah, the timing's a little tight, but yeah, then you'll get it usually if you follow that same setup. Yeah, that's the first. The first one is the hardest to get by far. Yeah, okay, it's okay if you get hit once or twice. It's fine. So just get back to the primary punch pad or the primary punch barrel, and then as soon as he gets to Rool's eyes, then just punch. Like that. So as soon as he crosses, not after, like the first phase, but as soon as he reaches Rool's eyes. Alright, so for this first one, he's going to move a little faster, so I like to punch as soon as K. Rool moves. So we don't have to use anything else as a reference. If you know where K. Rool is at like certain cycles, then you can help dodge. It can help you like dodge in so you don't get hit. So as soon as he moves, just punch. Do that. You shouldn't get uppercutted. Alright, we're on the last hit. We're almost done with the whole game. Or the whole category, rather. It's not the whole game, but whatever. So, you know, same old, just come in here in the center. Oh, whoa, okay, that actually I want to explain. So, if you're, after de-transforming from, Primate Punch, or the, Hunky Chunky, you want to wait a little bit before you slam, because, you can actually get fall damage, because since Hunky Chunky is so high up, and since you're transforming, since you're going, small again, then, you know, the game kind of thinks like you're dropping down, like, a huge height. And so, yeah, you can get, like, sort of fake fall damage there, and then you'll have to wait to hit the switch. So just wait a little bit until you're completely de-transformed to hit the switch. So, yeah. Just keep that in mind, so you don't have to deal with this crap, which I just have to deal with. Alright, let's get to the center. Alright, for this, so K. Rool, he's gonna go, like, back and forth and stuff. So when he's on his last time going back and forth, he's gonna go to the left. When he starts going to the left, like when he's closest to you, that's when you want to punch. So, like right here is when you want to punch. And then, boom, you've done Chunky Phase, you've done all of K. Rool, and you have beaten the game. So time stops right when the cutscene of Chunky, like, starting to punch K. Rool starts. So it's not when, like, you know, during the cutscene when his fist makes contact with K. Rool, it's just, like, you know, when that cutscene starts. So, yeah, congratulations, you have now completed, the DK64 No Levels Early Intermediate 40 Blueprints route. So, yeah, I will have, written routes, some resources about certain tricks, resources about bosses, all in the description. As well as timestamps for individual levels. So if you have any further questions, you can consult those, or if those still don't answer any of your questions, then I will post a link to the Donkey Kong 64 speedrunning Discord if you're not in it already, and you can ask questions about whatever related to the game in the help channel. So I hope this was somewhat helpful to anyone who wanted to learn the route or maybe improve with the route. So, yeah, this has been the DK64 No Levels Early tutorial of the most current route as of this date, which is March 2018. So, yeah, that's it for me. So you can enjoy this cutscene right here, and thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later.